Hello dear students, I am Dr. Murlidhar Vetallu, working as a chemistry teacher in Ferguson College. We are going to study chapter number 15, that is Introduction to Polymer Chemistry. In this session, we are going to study preparation method of polymers, properties and uses of remaining polymers. So next polymer is polyester, which is also known as terylene. So here you to remember polyester is also known as terylene. They have ester linkage joining the repeating units. Commercially, the most important polyester fiber is terylene, which is also called Dacron. So remember students, terylene is also known as Dacron, and it is the condensation polymer because it is obtained by condensation polymerization of monomers, ethylene glycol and terephthalic acid in presence of catalyst at high temperature. That means ethylene glycol are the monomers of terylene. So it is a condensation polymer, and therefore when ethylene glycol and terephthalic acid condense with each other in presence of the catalyst zinc acetate antimony trioxide, which is used as a catalyst, and temperature is used 420 to 460 Kelvin. So in this condensation, again water molecule is eliminated. So how this water molecule is eliminated? That is OH group from ethylene glycol and hydrogen atom from terephthalic acid is eliminated. So on condensation and elimination of water molecule, it gives terylene or Dacron polymer, which contain this ester linkage, and therefore it is known as polyester polymer. Here in this terephthalic acid, pH means benzene ring. So at 2 ortho position, that is at 1,4 position, there are 2 carboxylic group in terephthalic acid. So in this way, on condensation of ethylene glycol and terephthalic acid, it gives the polymer terylene or Dacron. What are the properties of terylene? It has relatively high melting point, that is 265 degrees Celsius, and it is resistant to chemicals and water. Now what are the uses of this terylene? It is used for making wrinkle-free fabrics by blending with cotton, and therefore it is known as terrycot. That is terry for terylene and cot for cotton. Also it is blended with wool, and therefore it is known as terry wool. These are also used as glass reinforcing material in safety helmets. PET is the most common thermoplastic, which is another trade name of polyester, that is polyethylene terephthalate. So this PET is nothing but polyethylene terephthalate. It is used for making many articles like bottles, packaging containers. Polycarbonates are also a kind of polyester polymers. These are high melting thermosetting resins. So in this way, it is the preparation, properties and uses of terylene polymer. Next polymer is Buna S rubber. It is an elastomer copolymer of styrene and butadiene. Its trade name is SBR. S for styrene, B for butadiene and R for rubber. Therefore, it is known as SBR also. It is obtained from 25 parts of styrene and 75 parts of butadiene, and it is subjected to addition polymerization by the action of sodium. It is vulcanized with sulfur. So these two compounds molecules are monomers of Buna S rubber. First monomer is styrene. What is this styrene? All of you know molecule ethylene or ethene. When one hydrogen from ethylene is replaced by phenyl group, then it becomes phenylethene, whose common name is styrene. So remember student, IUPAC name of styrene is phenylethene, correct? Then it is 1,3-butadiene. Total number of carbon atom 4, and therefore word is buta. Di means 2 and in means double bond. In this molecule there are 2 double bonds. First starts with carbon number 1 and second starts with carbon number 3. Therefore it is known as 1,3-butadiene. So here percentage of 1,3-butadiene is 75 and styrene percentage is 25 only. So when these two monomers are polymerized, it gives this SBr polymer, that is styrene butadiene rubber. What are the properties of this polymer? Buna S is superior to natural rubber with regard to mechanical strength and has abrasion resistance. Hence, it is used in tire industry. Remember students, this rubber is vulcanized with sulfur. There may be the question, SBr is vulcanized with. So answer is, SBr is vulcanized with sulfur, which is used in vulcanization of SBr. Next rubber is neoprene. Neoprene polymer, it is a synthetic rubber. It is a synthetic rubber and it is a condensation polymer of chloroprene. Now what is chloroprene? It is the monomer of neoprene. Chloroprene is the monomer of neoprene and IUPAC name of chloroprene is 2-chloro-1,3-butadiene. Here the structure for chloroprene is given, in which there is chlorine atom on second carbon atom and there are 2 double bonds in the chain of 4 carbon atoms. First double bond starts with carbon number 1 and second double bond starts with carbon number 2, and therefore IUPAC name is 2-chloro-1,3-butadiene, whose common name is chloroprene. So when this chloroprene undergo polymerization, it gives neoprene rubber. So this is the polymer of chloroprene, which is known as neoprene. What are the properties of neoprene rubber? It is resistant to petroleum, vegetable oils, light as well as heat. So these are the important properties of neoprene rubber. Now what are the uses of neoprene? It is used in making hose pipes, for transport of gasoline, for making gaskets. It is also used for manufacturing insulator cable, jackets, belts for power transmission and conveying. So these are the important properties and uses of neoprene rubber. Then vulcanization of this neoprene rubber is carried out by using magnesium oxide, and this magnesium oxide supplies oxygen as the vulcanizing atom. That means 2 oxygen atoms are introduced as the cross link between 2 linear chain of neoprene rubber. So this part is the vulcanization, that is introduction of cross links in the form of oxygen atoms. So in this way, vulcanization of neoprene takes place in presence of magnesium oxide. Here also you to remember magnesium oxide is used for vulcanization of neoprene because there may be the question in board exam. Now next polymer is biodegradable polymers. Disposed natural wastes are usually attacked by soil microbes, that is the microorganisms present in the soil, and they get degraded, they get decomposed to humus, that is degraded products, which do not cause any serious effects on environment. That means they do not cause any environmental pollution. But most of the synthetic polymers and plastic cannot be degraded by soil microbes and stay in the environment for very long period of time, creating pollution problem because they are not decomposed by the microorganisms present in the soil. So to overcome this problem, some biodegradable synthetic polymers are being developed which contain functional groups similar to those in biopolymers such as proteins, and therefore it is very easy for degradation in soil. Aliphatic polyesters and polyamides with large proportion of polar linkages are one of the important classes of biodegradable polymers. Now first biodegradable polymer is PHBV. PHBV is the short form of poly-beta hydroxybutyrate co-beta hydroxyvalerate. It is a copolymer of two bifunctional beta hydroxycarboxylic acid which are monomers of this polymer. Now here both the monomers contain hydroxy group on beta carbon atom. So let us study this structure of 3-hydroxybutanoic acid. 3-hydroxybutanoic acid is the IUPAC name because it is a carboxylic acid, that is COOH group is there, and total number of carbon atoms including in carboxylic group there are 4 carbon atoms, and there is one hydroxy group on third carbon atom in the chain of carbon atom, and therefore it is known as 3-hydroxybutanoic acid, which is the IUPAC name. And common name of this 3-hydroxybutanoic acid is beta hydroxybutyric acid. Common name of this acid, which is depending upon the source, because this butyric acid is obtained from butter and therefore common name is butyric acid. So in this butyric acid, according to common name system, there is one hydroxyl group on beta carbon atom, because carbon which is next to the carbonyl group is known as alpha carbon and next carbon is beta carbon atom. So OH group is there on beta carbon atom, therefore according to common name system it is known as beta hydroxybutyric acid. Another monomer is also carboxylic acid containing one OH group on third carbon atom from the carboxylic carbon, and therefore IUPAC name of this compound is 3-hydroxypentanoic acid. Why it is pentanoic acid? Because there are total 5 carbon atoms in the longest chain and one hydroxy group on third carbon atom. Therefore it is 3-hydroxypentanoic acid, whose common name is again beta hydroxyvaleric acid. Now when these two monomers are condensed, condensation reaction means there is an elimination of small molecules like HCl, H2O or CH3Cl we have studied in condensation process. So here in this condensation reaction, one water molecule is eliminated. So how this water molecule is eliminated? OH group of carboxylic group from 3-hydroxybutanoic acid combines with hydrogen atom from 3-hydroxypentanoic acid. So in this way, one water molecule is eliminated and two monomers are condensed to give this polymer, that is poly-beta hydroxybutyrate cohydroxyvalerate. ATE is their suffix because this ATE suffix is there due to the ester group. So this is the ester linkage, that is COO linkage. In this way, this is the preparation method of PHBV, which is important biodegradable polymer. Now, uses of this PHBV, it is used in specialty packaging, orthopedic devices, and in controlled release of drugs. It undergoes bacterial degradation in the environment. This is the very important property due to which it is known as biodegradable polymer. Now next polymer is nylon to nylon 6. It is also biodegradable polymer and it is obtained from two monomer. Again, first monomer is glycine and second monomer is epsilon amino caproic acid. That means it is the alpha amino carboxylic acid. Alpha amino means this is the carboxylic group and next carbon to carboxylic group is known as alpha carbon, and on this alpha carbon there is one NH2 group and therefore it is known as alpha amino acid. So which alpha amino acid it is? Glycine, correct? So it is one of the monomer of nylon to nylon 6. What is the another monomer? It is epsilon amino caproic acid. According to name caproic acid, it contains 6 carbon atoms, CH2 contains 5 carbon atoms and 1 carbon in carboxylic group. So it is the derivative of caproic acid obtained by replacing one hydrogen by NH2 group. So according to Greek letter system, this NH2 group is there on epsilon carbon atom and therefore this monomer is known as epsilon amino caproic acid. So these two monomers, glycine and epsilon amino caproic acid, undergo condensation again by elimination of one water molecule to give this polymer which contain CONH linkage. What it called this CONH linkage? Amide linkage. So remember dear students, nylon to nylon 6 contains amide linkage, that is CONH linkage. Now why it is known as nylon to nylon 6? Because first monomer glycine contains 2 carbon atoms, therefore nylon 2, and second monomer it contains total 6 carbon atoms and therefore the name is derived nylon to nylon 6. Remember students, this is also biodegradable polymer. So in this way we have studied preparation method, properties and uses of different polymers. Other than these polymers which we have studied here, some commercially important polymers are listed in your textbook. So all these polymers are given in the tabular form here. Here first column trade name is given, in second column their respective monomers are given, then polymer structure is given, and in the last column application of that particular polymer is given. First is perspex, or it is also known as acrylic glass, and the monomer for this polymer is methyl methacrylate, whose structure is like this, and application of this polymer is, it is used in lenses, paint, security barrier and in LCD screen. Second commercially important polymer is given here, Buna N, which is obtained from monomer butadiene and acrylonitrile. Again, acrylonitrile means vinyl cyanide. This is the structure for this Buna N, and these are the applications. That is, it is adhesive, rubber belts. It is used in adhesive, rubber belts, shoe soles, O-rings and gaskets. Next commercially important polymer is PVC, that is polyvinyl chloride, which is obtained from vinyl chloride, and it is the structure for this polymer PVC. It is used in water pipes, raincoats, flooring, etc. Next is polyacrylamide. That means amide group is there. Amide group means CONH2 group, and the monomer for this polymer is acrylamide, and it is the structure for this polyacrylamide. Polyacrylamide gel, and it is used in electrophoresis. It is the best application of this polymer. Next polymer is urea formaldehyde resin, which is obtained from urea and formaldehyde. That is, formaldehyde is the common name, and IUPAC name of formaldehyde is methanol. So there may be the question, what is the polymer obtained from urea and methanol? So you to remember, methanol means formaldehyde only. So urea and formaldehyde monomer gives the polymer, that is urea formaldehyde resin. This is the structure for this polymer, and it is used in unbreakable dinnerware, decorative laminates, etc. Next commercially important polymer is glyptal, which is obtained from the monomers ethylene glycol and phthalic acid. Ethylene glycol is the dihydric alcohol containing two carbon atoms, that is CH2OH and CH2OH, and another monomer is phthalic acid from the category of carboxylic acid. It is the structure of this glyptal, and remember students, this glyptal polymer is used in paints and lacquers. Next commercially important polymer is polycarbonate, which is obtained from two monomers bisphenol and phosgene. This is the structure for this polymer, and these polymers, that is polycarbonate, is used in electrical and telecommunication hardware, food grade plastic containers also. Next polymer is thermocol, which is made from air-filled thin-walled beads of polystyrene. Styrene means again phenylethene. So it is the monomer of this thermocol, and this is the structure for this polymer thermocol. It is non-biodegradable polymer. Remember, this thermocol is the non-biodegradable polymer, and styrene can leach when heated, and therefore this polymer is totally banned. So in this way, these are the some examples given in your textbook which are commercially important polymers. Now dear students, let us see some questions. That means how the questions can be asked in the board exam. Some specimen questions I have given here. Give the monomers of polymers. Already I told you, you to remember, you to prepare the monomers for particular polymer. You to prepare name as well as structure of that monomer also. Because when the question is given, what is the monomer of so and so polymer, that time it is expected that you should write structure as well as name of the formula of that monomer. Next question is, how will you prepare polymer? So already we have studied preparation methods for each polymer given in your textbook. Give the uses of polymer. You to prepare uses of all polymers. How will you classify following polymers as homopolymer and copolymer? Already we have studied this classification. When the polymer is obtained from different monomer, then it is copolymer, and when polymer is obtained from single and same monomer, then it is known as homopolymer. So some examples will be given of polymer and you to classify as homo and copolymer. Now next question may be asked, which type of force of attraction is present in elastomer and fiber? There is a separate classification for this category. Then what is vulcanization of rubber? That means you to mention vulcanization process and which compounds can be used for vulcanization of rubber. Then you to explain homopolymer and copolymer. Give any two uses of any polymer can be asked. Give any two properties of polymer. For every polymer we have studied their properties also. Then give examples of this type of polymer, that is addition polymer, condensation polymer. So you to write examples separately. There may be the question also, define the terms. That means different terms in this chapter we have studied like vulcanization, monomer and synthetic fibers. So you to write here proper definition of that term. Then what type of intermolecular force is present in HDP? Because we have studied classification which is based on intermolecular forces of attraction between two units of monomer. Therefore, you can answer the question like this. Then give the reaction involved in preparation of formation of terylene, nylon 6, nylon 6,6. So for such a question, you to write first monomer separately and then write correct reaction for that particular polymer. Then which type of linkage is present in the polymer? We have studied terylene, nylon 6 and also other polymers. So you to mention what type of linkage is present, amide linkage or ester linkage or amino linkage. Write structural formula of following synthetic fibers. That means Buna rubber, SBR rubber, neoprene. So here you to give structure only. Then give the structure of polymer formed from acrylonitrile, epsilon caprolactam, tetrafluoroethylene. And last question, give main specialties of the polymer, that is Buna S and neoprene rubber. So dear students, in this way, for this chapter there may be some questions in board exam as well as in NEET exams or JEE exams. So dear students, in this way we have finished in this session different preparation methods of polymers, properties and their uses in our daily life. So here we have finished this chapter number 15, that is Introduction to Polymer Chemistry. Thank you.